What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 9 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the game Ancestor Legacy, which was released on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC by Destructive Creations and C1 Company. Now, the plot of the game is that you take control of one of four armies, which consist of like the Vikings, Anglo-Saxon, Germans, and Slavs, with each army completing their own separate missions and goals and stuff like that. This game was supposed to be like historically accurate, but to be truthful, this game is more inspired by history than it being historically accurate and everything. Now, pretty much the main menu consists of single player, continue, options, credits, and extras. Now, in the single player campaign, of course, I mentioned you take control of the four armies that I mentioned earlier. The first one being the Vikings, then it's the Anglo-Saxons, then it's the Germans, then it's the Slavs. And you pretty much do things like control your soldiers, might like have them attack different enemies, tagging different buildings and stuff like that. Like get and manage resources, whether it's food, weapons, building different structures like houses, churches, different things like that. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I did notice that as Ancestor's Legacy pretty much gets its ratings from the cutscenes for the most part, mainly because the cutscenes are pretty bloody and gory and all that and everything, you know what I'm saying? As far as swearing and all that, I can say, safe to say it's kept at a minimum, you know what I'm saying? Now, pretty much, the single player has, 4 chapters in it, and each chapter represents each of the armies that I mentioned, you know what I'm saying? And each, chapter has, 2 stories, and those 2 stories have 5 missions, you know what I'm saying? The chapters are called Vikings of the North, Anglo-Saxons, Germans, and Slavs. And I'm probably butchering the name of the last one, you know what I'm saying? If that's the case, you can mention it in the comment section of the video, you know what I'm saying? And you pretty much, regardless of which army you're controlling, you pretty much complete different objectives, you know what I'm saying? Like setting up an ambush, gathering food, or any other resource, or like attacking enemies, depending on which chapter you happen to be on and everything. Now with the multiplayer, there's pretty much a couple of game modes, you know what I'm saying, which are Domination Mode and Annihilation Mode. Now the Domination Mode is pretty much where you fight against another army, and the objective is to take control of the village in the particular map that you're on, while you're holding off the enemy and all that, and whoever has all the village under control is pretty much declared the winner, you know. And pretty much the Annihilation Mode is the equivalent of the Deathmatch mode found in pretty much every first-person shooter that's been out for the last, like, 20 years, you know what I'm saying? Like with Halo, Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, games like that. Pretty much most shooting games, which would, of course, include first-person shooters and everything. Now, the objectives mainly with Annihilation Mode is to destroy all the enemy bases, which pretty much consists of the barracks, town hall, archery, blacksmith, and stables and everything. Now there are pretty much 15 different maps you can play on in multiplayer, where you can have like a 1-on-1 battle, 2-on-2, or 3-on-3. it's pretty much up to you how you go about doing that. You know what I'm saying? Now with the options you make, the adjustments, which are separated into the audio controls, gameplay, and videos and stuff like that. And each of these categories pretty much got sub menus and stuff like that related to them, of course. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much with the extras, they're pretty much cutscenes from the single player campaign. You know what I'm saying? Retelling, not necessarily retelling, you just reviewing the cutscenes and like a second time while while it's going on and stuff like that. Now with the graphics and design for Ancestors Legacy, they're pretty good. You know what I'm saying? With some pretty decent color palettes and all that, especially with the cutscenes and everything. Now the controls and gameplay are decent and everything, but they don't really stand out in my mind when you compare it to pretty much other RTS games. You know what I'm saying? That came out in the past. Whether you're talking about like say Army Man RTS, which came out for like the GameCube and PlayStation 2. Then there's the one game I haven't played yet. That's this recording Command and Conquer. You know what I'm saying? Different RTS games like that just didn't stand out in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Now the soundtrack is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It pretty much has a unique sound to it, and it fits in with the game in my mind. You know what I'm saying? And the voice acting is pretty good too. You know what I'm saying? Now I can say that Ancestor Legacy is a pretty decent game, but it doesn't do anything to stand out when you compare it to other RTS games, and I'm leaning kind of towards no as far as recommending it. You know what I'm saying? As far as the score, I would definitely give it pretty much a 7 out of 10. Mostly, like my grades is mostly connected to the gameplay and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, you can sound off in the comment section about Ancestor Legacy. You know what I'm saying? Your opinions and whatever the case may be, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, and stuff like that. Now, if you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metro Fan 9 signing off.